Time now for sleepers, breakouts, and busts for the AFC West here on Fantasy Football Today in 5. I'm Jamie Eisenberg. That's Dave Richard. We're talking sleepers, breakouts, and busts for one of the more fun divisions, the AFC West. You got the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Raiders, the Broncos. I always forget about the Broncos, Dave, because it seems like everybody's forgetting about the Broncos. But in any event, give me a sleeper from the AFC West that you're targeting this year.
If you're going to trust a 29-year-old running back, Jamie, trust one that's in a run-first offense behind a much-improved offensive line with an offensive scheme that they're very familiar with, and a running back who's only had 753 career carries, and that's Gus Edwards. Looks like he's going to be the lead running back for the Chargers to begin the season. Physical guy, good efficiency when he was in Baltimore. A lot of that had to do with playing with a rushing quarterback, but I think that this is going to be a good spot for Gus Edwards to have a nice season, and you're able to draft him probably past pick 100 on draft day. Not too far past there, but I think he'll be good enough to target as a running back that at bare minimum, you can begin the year with him as your starter, as your RB2.
It's a fascinating backfield. Obviously, like you said, they're going to run the ball a lot with Harbaugh there, with Greg Roman there. The guy that really intrigues me the most, though, Dave, is Kamani Vidal, just because I'm curious what role he'll play, how much they'll use him. Clearly, the injury track record for both guys in front of him, Edwards more so the ACL tear a couple of years ago, but obviously J.K. Dobbins as well. Vidal is somebody I find myself drafting a lot of and sort of bypassing the other two guys. But yes, Edwards is a good call just based on 13 touchdowns last year. He's familiar with the system. Both guys are in Dobbins and Edwards, but Vidal is somebody that intrigues me a lot just based on the uncertainty and unknown of what's going to happen with the two guys in front of him.
Why
For me,
not
I
draft
look
both?
at
You
Jaleel
can get both
McLaughlin.
Gus Edwards and Kamani Vidal.
You absolutely can. I look at Jaleel McLaughlin as a sleeper in the AFC West, just like the opportunity for him in Denver in that backfield. It's very crowded right now, but I think he's going to be involved in the passing game, and I like the upside for him, especially at the cost where you can get him almost after pick 125 overall, which is just great value. Give me a breakout in the AFC West that you're looking at.
Another running back, and this one's in Kansas City, Isaiah Pacheco, who in the middle of last season kind of became the full-time running back for the Chiefs, and he did well overall on the year. 15 plus touches in 15 games, including the playoffs. He had at least 15 PPR points in 10 of them. I know that Kansas City improved their passing game and they want to get that going, but that could also help Isaiah Pacheco see fewer stacked boxes. I think he's also an improving pass catcher out of the backfield and could be their number one option when they get near the goal line. And he might even take more work on third downs. That's something we started to see a little bit of late in the year and into the playoffs because Jerick McKinnon was hurt. The backup to him is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I don't know what the Chiefs see in CEH to keep him around. I think Pacheco's got a chance to put up career year numbers and be a top 5 type of fantasy running back if things truly
I think most
break
people probably
right.
say he broke out last year, but if he can get to top 5, that would even enhance his resume and certainly make him much more of a quality second round pick, which is where I think we'll see his ADP go. Sometimes you're getting him in round 3, which is just absolutely fantastic value for what the upside can be. For me, I'm going to go Zamir White. Like the upside for him coming into this year as the lead guy for the Raiders, could lead the league in carries or certainly be in the top 5. I know Heath Cummings said that once upon a time on our full length podcast, but love the upside for Zamir White. He posted a picture on Instagram, I think it was earlier this week, of just showing off the guns. My goodness, he looks like he's in great shape and hopefully ready to stay healthy and be that lead guy for the Raiders. But love the upside for him. Top 20 caliber type of running back. You can get him probably in round 5 or later, but certainly has that breakout potential if he stays healthy for the Raiders. All right, Dave, let's go to the negative side of things, the bust that we're looking at in the AFC West. Who's the guy that you're avoiding in this division?
When you brought up Jaleel McLaughlin, it made me want to just blurt out Javonte Williams as a bust, and I think he's a massive bust candidate. Despite playing all but one game last year, he had over 13 PPR points just 4 times. 0 games with 90-plus rushing yards, 1 game with 100 total yards. I know that he was coming off of an ACL, but I don't know if he's ever going to have that same type of explosiveness that he had in college that made him such a priority pick for Denver once upon a time. And it's not just Jaleel McLaughlin in that backfield that could take work away from him. They seemed to, and Sean Payton, when I say they, I mean Sean Payton, he really seemed to like what Audric Estime could bring to that offense. Estime got hurt in minicamp. He is expected to be ready for the season. If he does come back and acclimate himself well, that could cost Javonte Williams touches. They've got another undrafted running back who might work on passing downs, and Blake Watson. I don't know just how much opportunity will be there for Javonte Williams. I know his ADP is like right around 90th overall. I don't like that. I think that's too high. I think there's too much risk.
It's funny because, you mentioned Blake Watson, Jaleel McLaughlin, Audric Estime, even Samaje Perine, a lot of mouths to feed in this backfield. And the one guy that Sean Payton inherited as opposed to acquired is Javonte Williams. Now, he did come out earlier, I think it was last week, and say they're expecting him to be better year 2 off of his ACL tear. So it does sound like there's some optimism there. I hope it's to drum up a trade for Javonte Williams. Send that guy to Dallas. I'd like to see him on a different roster and get an opportunity to be maybe a focal point, because I don't think that will be the case. Although if he stays in Denver, should be the starter there. But I agree with you, probably going a little bit too soon. For me, the guy that I'm avoiding this division is Devontae Adams. Year older now, so he saw a 4-point decline from 2022 to 2023 in his PPR points per game. I think he could take another dip lower than that. I don't think it'll be 4 points, but another point or two. So to see him go at the back end of round 2 is just way too soon for me. I wouldn't take him till the middle part of round 3. Nitpicking a little bit, but I'm not drafting a lot of Devontae Adams. I think Brock Bowers being there, quarterback downgrade, whether it's going to be Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell, I think it's going to be a problem for Adams. And just another year older, Father Time is undefeated, and I think Devontae Adams will struggle once again. All right, that'll do it for us here on Fantasy Football Today in 5. For Dave Richard, I'm Jamie Eisenberg. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll be back again on Wednesday.